You're shelling out $70,000, $80,000, even $100,000 for a pickup truck, thinking it's a workhorse, the pride of your family or business. But here's the shocking truth. You're not buying a truck, you're buying a countdown timer. These shiny, tough trucks on the road today, they're really just long-term rental services built on a ruthless business model. Planned obsolescence, designed to break down the moment your warranty runs out. Today, I'm exposing the truth based on the real experiences of mechanics who've seen thousands of trucks abandoned because the repair bills are astronomical. And trust me, when you see what's really going on, you won't believe it. Hit like if you're fed up with being scammed, and let's dive deep into this disturbing reality. Number 5, Toyota Tundra. We start with a name that will shock many people. The Toyota Tundra 2024 and 2025. Why Toyota? This brand built an empire on indestructibility. They're the company people think of when they talk about absolute reliability. This is the company that created the Hilux that Jeremy Clarkson couldn't destroy. Yet, purely for the sake of corporate profit, Toyota has thrown away all that reputation down the drain. Let this sink in. Consumer Reports, the most trusted consumer magazine, ranked the Tundra as having the worst reliability in the full-size truck segment. Not the worst Toyota, but the worst compared to all its rivals. In February 2024, nearly 280,000 Tundras were recalled. The problem? Debris, metal fragments, junk was getting into the wastegate. Sound minor? No, this wasn't just an inconvenience. We're talking about the potential for complete loss of power while driving and risk of fire. Fire. Your $70,000 truck could literally catch fire because Toyota couldn't figure out how to keep trash out of the engine. But here's the truly horrifying and infuriating part. Toyota knew about this problem. Internal documents show the company was aware of metal shavings being left inside the engines during production. They knew those metal fragments would cause damage, but instead of stopping the line to ensure safety, they continued production to meet quarterly targets. They prioritize sales targets over your life. This is contempt for the customer at the highest level. If manufacturing quality issues weren't bad enough, let's talk about the system they brag about the most. The iForce Max hybrid system is failing constantly, leaving owners stranded everywhere. When the hybrid battery dies out of warranty, you'll face a replacement bill of $12,000. $12,000. That number is more than the value of many people's entire old cars. This is a brutal, direct punch to the wallet of working people. And don't forget the transmission. The gearbox keeps hunting between gears as if it can't decide what to do, creating a jerky, uncomfortable driving experience that is completely unacceptable in a truck this expensive. Toyota used to mean by once, drive for 20 years. Now, Toyota means by expensive, and pray it survives the warranty period. Toyota dealers nationwide are quietly admitting they have never seen this many warranty claims on any vehicle in their history. If you thought you were buying Japanese reliability, think again. Number 4, Ram 1500. In category number 4, things get more personal, and I'm talking about the Ram 1500 2025. Stellantis took the legendary Hemi V8, the heart and soul of American muscle, for 50 years and mercifully murdered it. They replaced it with the new so-called Hurricane 3.0L. And folks, this engine is nothing but a hurricane of trouble from day one. This isn't just about performance. This is about destroying automotive heritage for the sake of government regulations while lying to customers about reliability. The first major issue: abnormal battery drain. Owners report their batteries dying after only 2 to 3 days if the truck is just sitting there. Think about that. You buy a $70,000 truck, and it won't even start after a weekend camping trip. But here's what really makes our blood boil. Ram knows exactly what's causing it. Internal service bulletins show they've identified multiple electronic modules that refuse to go to sleep, constantly draining the battery. Instead of fixing the root cause, they instruct customers to disconnect the battery terminals every time they park. You own a modern, expensive truck, and your starting ritual is to pull out the toolkit to appease the vehicle? How humiliating. And then there's the heart of the new Hurricane, the Hurricane 3.0L engine. It is experiencing multiple catastrophic failures right out of the factory. We're talking about severe oil consumption to the point where owners are adding a quart of oil every 500 miles. This is a new vehicle, not a 1970 antique. Turbocharger failures happen before the truck hits 10,000 miles, and when they fail, you're looking at $8,000 in repair costs. The e-torque system is also failing so frequently that some dealerships have parking lots full of broken Ram trucks, waiting for replacement parts that are permanently on back order. Ram forums are exploding with horror stories from angry owners. One owner in Texas had his engine replaced 3 times before hitting 20,000 miles. Another in Florida has been without his truck for 4 months because Ram can't supply replacement turbos. These are not isolated cases. These are systematic failures affecting thousands of trucks. The company that once prided itself on American muscle is now building engines that make Chinese knockoffs look more reliable. Back in the day, when you heard that Hemi rumble, you knew you had something special under the hood that meant power, reliability, and American engineering at its finest. Now, you hear nothing because your truck is dead in the driveway. Or worse, you hear a quiet, soulless engine that sounds like a minivan and brakes like a discount appliance. And this is just the beginning. The next 3 trucks are even more horrifying, including one that a government agency had to issue a do not drive warning for due to the risk of death.
Number 3. Ford F-150. In third place, we have the Ford F-150 2024 and 2025. This one hurts because we're talking about America's best-selling truck for 47 straight years. This truck built the suburbs and has been the backbone of American business for nearly half a century. But now, it's becoming a rolling disappointment that is systematically destroying Ford's century-old reputation. The biggest problem, the transmission. Ford recalled multiple F-150s in 2025 because the transmission valve body was incorrectly machined. This issue causes 2 disasters: loss of reverse gear or unexpected forward movement when you're trying to back up, when in reverse or neutral. Picture this scenario. You're backing out your driveway, and instead of reversing, your truck suddenly lurches forward, where you put it in park, and the vehicle keeps moving. This is not a minor glitch. This is a death trap that somehow made it past Ford's quality control. But here's what is truly outraging. Ford's internal emails show they knew about the transmission machining problems during production. They knew, but they chose to ship them anyway rather than delay deliveries. They brazenly prioritized quarterly sales numbers over customer safety. When confronted, Ford's response was essentially, "We'll fix it after we sell them." A disgusting and irresponsible business philosophy. Not stopping there, another 112,965 F-150s were recalled because their backup cameras were failing. For a truck that cost $60,000 to $80,000, you think they could get a backup camera to work consistently. We're not talking about cutting-edge technology here. Backup cameras have been standard equipment for over a decade. Ford somehow managed to screw up technology that was perfected years ago. Next up is the Power Boost hybrid system that Ford is pushing as the future of trucks. Mechanics across the country are advising customers to stay away from this hybrid option. The electric motor integration causes serious problems with the transmission. The battery systems are failing prematurely. A Ford technician in Michigan told me that last year, they replaced more Power Boost systems than the total number of regular engines they replaced in the previous 5 years combined. And here's the most cruel part. Ford is charging diagnostic fees for these known defects. Even when the problem is clearly a manufacturing defect covered under warranty, customers are being charged $300 just for Ford to confirm what they already know is broken. The truck that built Ford's reputation is now systematically destroying it, one recall at a time. Number 2. Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Position number 2 will make your blood boil. We are looking at the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 2024 and 2025. General Motors, GM, issued a recall for 597,630 Silverados due to a catastrophic engine failure in the 6.2L V8. They even had to issue a stop sale order in April 2025, telling dealers nationwide to stop selling these trucks immediately. think carefully. GM was so afraid of its own product that they told dealers to stop selling it. What's the problem? Defective crankshafts and connecting rods, leading to complete engine failure without warning. And this is not a simple repair. When this engine fails, it fails spectacularly, often destroying the entire bottom end. Owners face repair costs of $15,000 to $20,000 if this happens outside of warranty. That's half the price of a decent new car, just to fix an engine that should never have left the factory. But here's the absolute most unacceptable thing. GM closed 3 previous investigations into this exact same problem before finally admitting there was an issue. 3 times, they knew these engines were grenading themselves and kept selling them anyway. Internal documents show GM was aware of widespread failures as early as 2021, but continued production because stopping would have cost them billions in lost sales. GM built its reputation on the reliability of the small block. The Chevy small block engine powered everything from race cars to work trucks for generations. It was simple, reliable, and fixable anywhere in America. Now they're building engines with built-in self-destruct timers that are so complicated you need a computer science degree just to diagnose the problems. The worst part? GM is offering a band-aid solution for engines that haven't failed yet by switching to thicker oil and crossing their fingers. They are literally asking customers to use their trucks as beta testers for an oil viscosity experiment. Meanwhile, the cost of these catastrophic failures is bankrupting working families who bought these trucks to make a living. We've looked at 4 trucks that betrayed your trust with irresponsibility, but truck number 1 is a completely different story. It's a truck that the government had to issue a warning. Do not drive this vehicle.
Number 1. Ford Superduty. In position number 1, the absolute worst truck you should avoid buying in 2025 is the Ford Superduty. In June 2025, Ford issued a do not drive order for 2,345 of these trucks. You heard that right. Ford literally told customers not to drive the trucks they just purchased. This is not a minor dashboard light error. This is complete loss of brake pressure with no warning. No dash lights, no gradual fade, just total brake failure while you're driving down the road. The NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, classified this as an imminent risk of crash. This is government language for these trucks might kill you. Think about how bad things must be for a federal agency to tell people directly, park it now, or you might die. This is not a recall where you can keep driving until you get fixed. This is an order, park it now, or you might die. But here's the most infuriating detail in this whole story. Ford knew about the missing brake booster springs during production. Quality control checklists show these springs were supposed to be installed. But somehow, entire shifts of trucks rolled off the assembly line without them. When workers tried to raise concerns, they were told to keep the line moving because stopping production would cost millions in lost revenue. These are not cheap work trucks. We're talking about Super Duties priced from $80,000 to $120,000, sitting useless in driveways because Ford is afraid their own customers might die. These are the trucks that construction companies, farmers, and small business owners depend on to make a living. When your $100,000 truck turns into a garage ornament because it might kill you, you know this industry has completely lost its way. The Super Duty used to be the truck you bought when you needed something that could handle anything you threw at it. Now, it's the truck you buy if you want to play Russian roulette with your brake system. Ford is offering loaner vehicles. But what good is a loaner when you need your specific truck custom equipped to run your business? So there you have it. 5 trucks that prove the American pickup market has completely lost its way. Toyota Tundra lost its immortal reputation due to metal shavings and a $12,000 hybrid battery. Ram 1500 killed the Hemi, replaced it with the self-destructing Hurricane 3.0L and electronic bugs that killed the battery after 2 days. Ford F-150 prioritized sales over safety, shipping vehicles with faulty transmission parts that risk reversing in a forward movement. Chevrolet Silverado. GM sold nearly 600,000 trucks with faulty V8 crankshafts causing catastrophic failure after ignoring 3 previous warnings. Ford Super Duty. a government-issued do not drive order due to missing brake springs, a basic QC failure caused by pressure to keep the line moving. We went from building trucks that could run for 300,000 miles with basic maintenance to engineering nightmares that cannot make it past the warranty period without catastrophic failures. These manufacturers are charging luxury car prices for vehicles with third-world reliability. The truth is, they don't care about building reliable vehicles anymore. All they care about are subscription services, software updates, and planned obsolescence to force you back to the dealership every few years. They've turned trucks from tools of labor into profit centers, and working Americans are paying the price for this change. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe for more industry truth, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. We need to spread this message. They're counting on you staying silent about these problems. Don't let them get away with it. Let me know in the comments, which of these disasters shocked you the most? Until next time, stay informed, stay angry, and remember, your money is your vote. Vote for reliability, not profit.